Hello and welcome to another attic installation video. In this video we'll be looking at a removal in a house that unfortunately caught fire. I do want to thank all returning subscribers because this channel wouldn't be happening without you guys, and thank you for all the new viewers as well, and make sure to click that subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos.
There was a fire. You can see that so got a couple floodlights here. So gonna go up here and set up. I'm honestly not too sure the origin of the fire. We're just here to remove the insulation, and yeah, hopefully they fix this all up. So we're setting up the ladder here, and then we're gonna run the hose up the stairs. All right, so let's get a little bit of light into the attic here. Yeah, so we hooked up it to the smaller, like the 6 to the 4, right here with this connection, because this sort of stuff, it's pretty fluffy. So it's not going to be very much, and it's going to be harder work for me to drag this 6-inch versus being able to slide this 4 down the cavities. So we'll easily be able to finish this today. What a mess, my goodness. So we tied this as well so it doesn't fall in, and another section as well, so I don't have a hard time trying to pull this 6-inch back. Okay, so there's one reason why I like the 4-inch hose, okay, over the 6-inch hose for this little stuff, because I'm able to stand right here and I'm able to cover all of this without even moving, right? So definitely a big advantage. Let me shine a little bit more light here. Man, some stuff is just really melted right off right there. This stuff, no idea what that is, but anyway, yeah, I was able to cover all of this by standing right here. There we go. My partner found the clog, so I'm able to just jam the hose like this and not have to move around, because with the 6-inch hose it's a little bit heavier, and so I would have to physically be over there, for example, to get that part. But now I can just slide it right in freely, just like that. The thing with this job though is that because this is all burnt out, I'm gonna have to remove these here, right, because they're also full of smoke, and obviously the homeowner is not gonna want that smell to stick around, but unfortunately that also means that this gets clogged a little bit more because this has less suction power than the 6-inch hose. But like I said, I'm saving time by being able to get all of this without moving too much and without too much strain on the body. The one thing though is, again, that also means that my partner has to keep an eye on the big bag that's in the back of the truck, and unclog the exit point often, just because it's not blowing up. See, it did it again. So it's not blowing up the bag as much, and so the material isn't shooting as hard into the bag, so it causes often some clogs right at that exit point. So that's the one thing that's fortunate, but I don't get as tired, again, like I said, handling this hose versus the 6-inch one. Alright, so far I've completed that big section there, and I'm working towards this area here, towards the edge, and I basically piled up the bats here so that I'll disconnect the 4-inch hose at the end, and then after that I'll suck all this up with the 6-inch hose, and then it'll be much faster. So that's the plan. So my next tackling point is going to be across this stuff and going at the very, very end and getting all of this stuff right here. But I gotta watch out because obviously I don't want to step right here, right? So there's one thing too that I wanted to share, is that I'm gonna finish off this section right here with the 4-inch hose, but I don't want to do it with the 6-inch hose because it can fall within the cracks here, and then if it does, then it's going to be really heavy and really difficult for me to bring it all the way to the end. There we go. We're gonna end up going on our 4th bag, but once I finish off on this little corner here that's a little bit difficult, I'm gonna be traveling in where the drywall is and not where the drywall is not, obviously. So I'm gonna suck all of this, and then I'm gonna work all the way to the corner, and then after that I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna get the baffles and the sheets of insulation that are right in the perimeter and the corner. I'm gonna throw them in the pile over there that I made, and then I'm gonna probably hook up the big 6-inch hose to finish off like from here all the way down to the corner and then back, just because then it's gonna save a little bit of time. Like I said, I'm gonna do all the hard stuff with the 4-inch hose because it's just easier to handle, and then I'm gonna finish off with the 6-inch. It's gonna take like half the time, and by that time I'll be able to just plan my route with the 6-inch so that it's not gonna be around too many corners. Shine that right on there. There we go. It's a little bit better. So that's your cathedral. Here's some weak points, right? So when the guy's gonna come back, hopefully he's gonna cover this part, and it goes pretty far. Like it's a good, I would say, at least 4 to 5 feet deep. Okay. So yeah, that's probably gonna all be removed. I'm gonna try to remove as much as I can there, but when they're gonna drop the ceiling, they're also gonna remove a portion of it. Anyway, we're almost done here. I've got this corner. I didn't necessarily have to switch the hose just because there was no butts on this flat side here, and there's only a couple butts over on this end. And like I said, I'm just gonna throw them over at the entrance. So we're pretty much almost done. We've got, I would just estimate about an hour's worth of work left. This is nice because we finished just before noon, just before it gets pretty hot, and because I uncovered the soffits there, then there's even more airflow. There's also a machine that's inside. Like, so the one thing that I want to stress here, I'm showing you my work, but at the same time, I don't expect you guys to obviously do this on your own. Definitely hire a professional that knows what he's doing, because for I'll give you, well, 2 main reasons, I suppose, is look at how many nails there are on this roof, right? My partner the other day, he unfortunately went up and he poked his head on one of these nails, so that's, you know, never a good thing. The one thing that I also want to stress is So there's some of these pieces of wood here, like you see, they're all burnt up. And so it's, you know, you want to know where you're stepping, right? Because if you're stepping on a burnt piece of wood, that's got much less strength, and so you can really hurt yourself. That's why I went over by where the ceiling is still there, just because, again, like I never know with these burnt pieces of wood, like how strong they are, if they're gonna let go, you know, what's gonna happen. So I always play it safe. I walk on the stuff that is, you know, I can see that's gonna support me, not burnt. So, alrighty. So anyway, with that, we'll keep it going. I think I discovered some sort of nest here. Some sort of hornet's nest. Something. Oh man, that's a big one. Look at that. Whoa. Look at that. Whoa. Yeah, that's... Don't anger them. Look at that. That was... Yeah, I'm always afraid of that. I'm always afraid of wasps. I know my wife always makes fun of me for that. You know, oh, you know, you want me to hold your hand? Well, you know, I just don't want to get stung, and then I do a misstep and then I fall through the ceiling. That's more, you know, obviously this thing's gonna hurt, but it's not like falling through the ceiling. That's gonna hurt a lot more. That's more what I'm afraid of. So, anyway, you know, I'm gonna take this stuff off. Anything that I see is not good quality, I remove it. Just like that. And check that at the entrance. You know, the 4-inch hose still does a good job, right? And it's much less strain on the body to collect everything. So when it's less than an R32 or, like, you know, 1 foot of insulation, especially loose fill, it's mostly loose fill. If it's batted, then I would probably go with the 6-inch hose. But if it's just loose fill like this, then the 4-inch hose does a really nice job. And then you get to end the day early. So I was able to undo the 4-inch hose and finish this off, right? Because there's not much left here. There's only this whole thing here. Right, this will just stick it right up. Just watch. Sometimes it does that. But then you just build pressure and then it'll unclog it. Alright, and we got the finished product right here.